Hey guys, I'm gonna try something new. Let's see if anybody comes into this live stream because I've been experiencing a lot of problems with YouTube over the past weekend. So let's see. I know that I made this video live. Let's check it out. Okay, so I see 5 people have joined. So let me tell you what is going on. I am wondering what is going on with YouTube because I don't know if people are getting, hey Marlene, I don't know if people are getting notifications because on Friday I did a live stream, and after the live stream, like I click out of the live stream and then afterwards a video will process. So you do the live stream and then usually it takes about a minute or two for it to process, and then I can go back and look at all of the live chat. Well, I noticed I couldn't go back and look at the live chat, and then I put the link for the video on Instagram as I always do. And people were telling me, hey, I can't find your live stream video. It's not showing up on your channel's homepage. So I was like, this is really weird. So I went into the creator app and it said that the video was still processing. And this was like hours later. And I noticed that it took over 12 hours for the live stream to be processed once it went live. So during that whole time, even though it was already uploaded and people had seen it, if they got the original notification, they couldn't find the video on my channel homepage. So I contacted YouTube and they said, oh, well, because everybody's at home and they're watching YouTube, we have a backlog of videos to process. And it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I upload a video and it takes 12 plus hours to process. So I was just wondering, like, how many people got the notification for that live stream? Like, I'm really wondering, like, how many people even knew I did a video. So because of the huge processing time yesterday, on the community tab, I put out a post saying, hey, I want to let you guys know what is going on with the live stream and why there's a big backlog according to YouTube. And I noticed after a couple hours, I didn't get like one comment, and it's like, I almost have 70,000 subscribers and I have a lot of crazy people that follow me. And it's like the second I post something, they will downvote it. And I use that as kind of a gauge, like, okay, I got my one downvote at least. So I know that somebody's getting the notifications. But when I put out a post and I don't even get a downvote, then I know something's wrong. So the haters are like kind of useful in that aspect. So I took the post down yesterday and I put up another post today, and the same thing happened. And it's like, if I'm not getting one interaction at all, something's clearly going on with YouTube. So I was wondering, did you guys get a notification for the community tab post? Now, the way that you find it, because I know not everybody is on mobile, and that is youtube.com/Rachel N. Stevens, just like it's spelled, /community. And that's where the community tab posts are. Those are kind of like where I do blog posts or just written information that also has to do with scripture. So if I don't do a video, I always, like every single week, I put out at least one community tab post, if not more. So I'm wondering, are you guys even getting those notifications? Because I don't know what to do if I'm going to put out videos and then they just get like stuck in limbo and people can't even see them on my channel. They're not notified at all. So let me know because I'm kind of freaking out right now, because it's like, how am I supposed to contact everybody? How will they know if I put out a video and it's like in limbo, and then I do a post about it and then nobody sees the post? Like, how am I going to contact people? So I do want to let you guys know that we can always kind of like bypass YouTube for notifications by following me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. And that is at Rachel N. Stevens. It's the same on YouTube. It's the same on Instagram, Facebook. Just type in Crack Your Bible Facebook and you will find it. So Anyway, let me know what's going on because I did put out a community tab post and I might as well just talk about it right now since you guys are already watching. Um, because I've noticed, again, this has nothing to do with YouTube, but I've noticed online so many like moms and women are talking about like how stressful it is being at home with their kids during quarantine. Like, this is just terrible. And, they're screaming at their husbands and their kids, and they're just having to go out for a smoke on their porch and just rest in the fact that, Jesus died for a sinner like them, whatever. And it's like, okay, but it's not okay to like lash out at your husband and your kids because you're stressed. So I wanted to address that because if a man put out a post like, hey, I was just screaming at my wife and my kids, like people would be like, you're abusive. So we need to make sure that we keep our I don't know. We need to keep our behavior consistent, whether it's the man or a woman. Like, we can't applaud a woman and be like, wow, you're just so real for keeping it real, talking about screaming at your kids and your husband. Whereas if a man did that, we would be like, you're a crazy person. So I put out a post on the community tab because I was thinking about this. Like, as I'm seeing all of these posts from these women talking about how stressful it is being at home with their kids, it's like if you have money coming in and your bills are paid and you have food on the table, like you really shouldn't have stress like this high right now. Like, that's a little ridiculous. Like, I understand if you can't pay your bills or you don't have food, like that's a whole nother issue. But some of these women just complaining, being at home with my kids is terrible. Like, can we like get a little bit of perspective really quick? So I was thinking about two verses in the Bible. One is from the book of Romans, where it is talking about how will they believe if they haven't heard about the one, Jesus, and how will they hear if nobody preaches to them? And then the second verse that I was thinking about was in Ecclesiastes about how two is better than one, and how can you do things on your own? Like, it's always better if you have a second person to help you out. And a 3-cord strand is not easily broken. So I was thinking about these two verses, and I wanted people to kind of apply them or the concept behind them to their life during quarantine. Like, if God has blessed you and you have a job and you have food coming in and you have money coming in to pay your bills, like, let's get a little bit of perspective and apply some of these verses, the concept behind them, to our life. So the one, how will they know unless they are preached to? So let's apply this to like quarantine life, because I know a lot of moms, especially like in the Christian community, there's like kind of this subset community of women that are housewives. But I've noticed that a lot of these housewives like to kind of martyr themselves, where it's like, oh, I do everything for my family and they are just such a burden, and my husband doesn't know how to do anything. He's like a second kid to me. And it's like, we really as Christians should not be talking about our spouse or our children in a way that denigrates them, where we're basically disrespecting them, talking about like how stupid they are, how lazy they are, how unhelpful they are. And, as a woman, I'm just having to carry this whole family. Like, that's really not how a Christian should act. Spouses are from the Lord, children are from the Lord, and we should not be talking down about them. And, so many of these women, they want to play the martyr, and it's like, I do everything for this family. And it's like, how about we step back and we teach our family how to use the things that we need to survive? So we have to remember that a family is a business, and your product is your children that you supply to the community so they become upstanding, contributing members of society. And if you don't teach your business, all of the people who are in your business, how to do the things that it needs to be done to take care of your business, you can't function. Every single member in the business needs to be cross-trained, and it's the same in a family. A mom should not be the keeper of all the knowledge on how to do the things that it takes to run a household. And women will get run down, they'll get ragged if they don't get some help. But how can you get help if you refuse to share the burden or share the knowledge with people in your family. So during this quarantine time, I would like women or whoever's in charge to teach their kids how to do some of this stuff around the house. Show your husband how to use the tools in your house. Like, there are expensive tools and appliances that are in your home, and a lot of times it's only mom or the wife that knows how to use them. Share that knowledge with the other coworkers in your family. Everybody needs to be cross-trained so that we can all share the burden. So, when I went off to Oklahoma State University, I remember we had washers and dryers on our floor. Yes, somebody called them sanctimommies. Exactly. It's exactly that. So when I went to Oklahoma State, we had washers and dryers on our floor. And I was shocked that so many people didn't know how to do their laundry. So I kind of brought everybody in, even though we were all like freshmen, and I was like, okay, so here's how you run the washer and dryer. Like, you can't put darks with whites. You can't wash darks on hot water because the fabrics will bleed, and then the white clothes or the light colored clothes, they'll get that dye on them, and that's how you get like pink socks instead of white socks. So just things like that. It's like, it's not their fault that they didn't know, but how will they know unless somebody teaches them? It's like, my in-laws, they're from Taiwan, and my father-in-law was talking to me because he had come over to our house and he had seen like the curtains and the shelves that were put up, and he was like, oh, did you hire somebody to do this? And I said, no, I did it. And he said, like, oh, that's really good, because in Taiwan, they don't have a DIY culture. So a lot of us, we just don't know how to do some of this stuff because we just tend to just hire somebody to do it. So when we purchase more stuff, like more curtains or whatever, I showed my husband how to do it. Like, how do you hang it? How do you use a stud finder? How do you how do you use drywall anchors, things like that. And it's not because, oh, you're stupid and you should know how to do this, and if you're a man, you should know this. If nobody teaches you, how will they know? Like, I come from the United States and we do have a DIY culture, so I know how to do it. So why wouldn't I share that knowledge with somebody so that when we do have a big project, I have some help? Like, it just, it boggles my mind. So it's the same thing with your kids. Like, if you have fancy attachments for your KitchenAid or whatever, teach them how to use it and how to clean it, so then when it's time to cook dinner, you can get some help. It's like, if everybody's at home but only one person knows how to use everything, of course it's going to be stressful, but you're going to have to be a good leader. Step back and say, hey, let me teach you how to do this. And be encouraging when you do this, because I know a lot of people, they'll act like the people are so stupid that they're having to be taught, and it's like, somebody had to teach you. So how will they know unless somebody teaches them? That's really what I want people to take away. How will they know unless somebody teaches them? And at the same time, like, it's not your job to do everything, and you can't do everything. So we need to stop trying to do everything by ourselves. Like, everybody has an important job to do. Everybody can contribute to the family. Like, if your kid is 2 years old and can navigate an iPad, they can figure out how to put the napkins on the table when it's time to, have dinner together, or how to put silverware in the dishwasher when that's done, or how to pick up their toys. So again, everybody, no matter how old they are, no matter what their physical capabilities are, everybody has the ability to be a contributing member of the family, but we have to be able to teach them. So that's where it goes back to Ecclesiastes. 2 is better than 1. So anyway, that's kind of what I talk about in the community tab post that I posted today, just because I've been seeing so many sanctimommy posts on social media, and it tends to be a lot of Christian women who are part of these mommy Christian homemaker groups. And it's just like, of course you're going to be stressed. And so many women are like, oh God, please, help me. Stop praying to God for things that he's already given you. He's already given you help. He's already given you a way to combat that stress. And that is the family that you have around you. But you're going to have to show them what needs to be done or how to do it, because we're all in this together. And yeah, it's going to be stressful if you try to do everything yourself, but you're not meant to do everything by yourself. That's why God gave you a spouse. That's why God gave you family members. This is why God gave you children. This is why God gave you friends or neighbors. But you got to show them how to do it. How will they know unless somebody teaches them? So, anyway, that's what I wanted to share. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were getting notifications before I put out the whatever you call it, the parody video that I'm doing. The wig was supposed to be delivered today and it has still not come, but it will come up. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.